and let some of our guests hop on. You might have to have Amy. Okay. Yeah, commenter. If you are live with us today, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Latina. Hi, Wade and Tiffany.
Finland.
Anne from Finland, yes.
Wow.
See that.
South Carolina.
Tuning in from everywhere today.
Ohio.
Amarillo, Texas. Very good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Today we have a very special guest. We have Dr. Stuart Pierce with us with Kinetic Vet. And today we're going to be talking about allergies, itchy skin, dermatitis, and signs of dermatitis, and in equine. So make sure you get your questions answered, comment, let us know where you're watching from, and we will be picking 2 winners to take home a 2-pound tub of Equi-Shield SA at the end of this segment. So all you have to do is watch live and let us know you're here, and you're automatically entered to win. So with that, Dr. Pierce, we'll kick it over to you.
Hey guys, thank you. I really appreciate the time you've allowed me to come on and talk a little bit about our company based out of Lexington, Kentucky. Talk a little bit about our products and kind of our philosophy and kind of where we originated. Kinetic Vet, which we're owned by a family of veterinarians and being practicing veterinarians, both in the large animal space. And about 7 or 8 years ago, we looked at equine dermatitis, equine skin disease, and we noticed that there wasn't any veterinary pharmaceutical companies that had any products out there that specifically addressed equine dermatitis, whether it's ringworm, rain rot, allergies, or anything like that. So with that, we developed the Equi-Shield line of products, which is a wide range of products covering all and treating all facets of skin disease. And being in the horse, the horse capital of the world, and being veterinarians and focused on horses primarily in our business, that was kind of a focal point of our company. So, and so we're striving to bring those really effective products that have results to the marketplace for the horse owner and the veterinarian, mainly the veterinarian and the horse owner.
Okay, we have had a question come in already. Emily says, my aunt's horse coughs when someone is burning, or just if there's just dust in the air. Do you feel like this could help her mare?
One of the things we have, one of the products is the Equi-Shield SA, the skin and allergy. And one of the ways that equine allergies show, or clinical signs, is through the respiratory system. Okay. And we have seen a lot of incidences where not only COPD or equine asthma and things like that, where the Equi-Shield SA will actually decrease the cough and decrease the inflammation in the airway, and things like that. So, depending on the severity and the diagnosis, but to answer your question, there are a high percentage of cases that it is very effective for coughs and those type of situations.
Question here. Carol said she has a new horse that started on grass, and at the end of the day, she looks like she has hives, big spots on her back and neck. Could this be an allergy?
Yeah, most likely when you're seeing the skin, so the skin disorders present or allergy disorders present their ways in a couple different ways. Okay. Number one, via the skin, and number two, by the respiratory system. So your horse in particular, now what is the cause of it? You're going to have to identify the cause. Is it some type of contact dermatitis? Is it some type of allergy in from the the environmental allergen, or is it allergy associated with some insect or something like that? With that, when you see the hive the hives like that, they are allergic to something. What the cause is, I don't know. And the beauty of the SA product, the Equi-Shield SA, is the quercetin in there is a bioflavonoid, meaning it's a derivative of a plant, but it's really, really concentrated in there. And what happens is it's very, very anti-inflammatory, but it's also very antihistaminic, or it reduces the histamine's effects on the body. So anti-allergy.
Okay. Emily is asking, how many times a day would you give this to them, and how many scoops?
Well, it varies on the the horse's weight, and there's a loading dose, and what we like to do is about a month. We give it normally once a day, and there's a loading dose, and the directions are on the label, and then you can go like on your website and see a label on there. I'm sure you have one, or you can go on our website and see that. But one of the things is it's really safe. It's really a natural, safe product.
Carrie had she kind of comment. I think you might have touched on this already a little bit, but she was asking if this would be a product to consider for a horse that she has random outbreaks of massive hives under his chin and down his neck and chest.
Yeah. Again, when you see those hives and those allergies and things like that, we are seeing phenomenal results. It's probably our number one selling product because equine allergies, guys, and you think about about human allergies. It wasn't very long ago. Now everybody's allergic to something, and now we're seeing this not only in humans, but we're seeing this in horses as well. So horses are becoming more allergic to different things, and so with this being a broad-based antihistamine natural product, it will cover the gamut of allergic reactions. Now, if it's IBH, if it has to do with something like with horseflies or sweet itch or a culicoides hypersensitivity, we've got some other products called IBH, insect bite hypersensitivity. They're sprays and salves that will actually repel the insects. So there's kind of this combo product. If you kind of know what you're dealing with, if the hives are caused by insects and not an environmental allergen, then you can combine some products with it.
Okay. Caitlin commented, she's not sure if this would be considered a skin issue, but she has a mare that has white socks on her back legs. She gets dew poisoning sometimes during the summer. It is only on the white socks. Is there anything that could help with that issue other than keeping her put up all the time?
Well, one of the things with that, and that's kind of the normal scenario of what you see, but first of all, on the dew poisoning, your veterinarian, what's the cause? What is it a contact dermatitis? Is it a fungus, or is it a bacterium? Okay, we've got to identify that. Now, a lot of times this SA, we've got some other products that you guys have, SC for skin and coat health, but is it an allergic? Is that an allergy type of a situation? That's where your veterinarian is going to have to come in. There's other products that if it is a bacteria or a fungus, then we need to use like an Equi-Shield CK, which has chlorhexidine and ketoconazole, that will address those problems. Okay.
Dr. Pierce, why don't you talk a little bit? We've had some questions about the ingredients and just kind of the form, whether pelleted or powdered. Can you talk a little bit to that?
It's a ground powder, and actually I got some in front of me, so I'll pull it up. This is kind of like the cooking show, So, and then here's the powder, and then that's the scoop in it. So I just figured we'd get the ingredients. What we did is we formulated this product as a product where it all hones into skin health, okay, and the ingredients. So we got quercetin. Quercetin is, like I said, was a bioflavonoid that's very, very potent anti-inflammatory, but also antihistamine. Okay, you got your sodium hyaluronate or your hyaluronic acid. Very, very, very important in skin health, maintaining hydration in the skin. You got your MSM, and everybody's familiar with MSM, a good anti-inflammatory product. Vitamin E, antioxidant, good for skin health. And then it's got the ground stabilized flax seed. So the combination of products that specifically hones in on the skin health and also, but basically the antihistamine activity.
Okay. Someone had asked if this is safe for race horses.
Yes, we haven't done any. Yes, it's safe. We have several people across all disciplines that use it. People will ask, is it approved? We haven't done where it tests, but there's nothing in there. I mean, everything in there is a natural type of product. So there's no corticosteroids or anything in there. It's safe for, we go across all disciplines, whether it's racing, pleasure, Western pleasure, eventing and things like that.
Dr. Pierce, how would a horse owner be able to kind of decipher an allergy from something more, or, are there certain ages of horses or certain breeds that are more prone to an allergy than others, or maybe environments? Can you kind of speak to that topic just a little bit?
Well, there are breed, predisposed to some skin problems and allergies and things like that. But, when you talk to your veterinarian, and when you go to your veterinarian, it's history. Okay, what are we working with here? When does it occur? Is there a certain time of year? Is there, you've got to be very cognizant or very aware of what, your horse and the surroundings and the environment and all. So it's, you've got to really be in tune with your animal and knowing what's going on with your animal, so you can relay this to your veterinarian that specifically if bad allergies and things.
Okay. Leah asked, what are some of the main conditions that Equi-Shield SA will help with?
You're looking at contact dermatitis. A lot of people with IBH, insect bite hypersensitivity. We get a lot of people with equine allergies that are starting to get respiratory problems, whether it's asthma. We've got people with COPD, people that are using it with COPD horses that are having great success. Late in the year, when the horse flies start getting out and you get those bites and those welts on the lateral thorax and things like that, we see a great response out of the welts. And not only is it for the IBH or those type of allergies, but there's specific times that you don't even know the lumps and the bumps and the things that occur on the horse where you really don't know what it is, and it seems to help. You just don't know what it is. But we've got people that were unable to put a saddle on a horse, for 2 or 3 years, and they get on and they're able to put them on the SA, and for a period of time, a loading dose, then they're able to ride these horses and enjoy them. And that's the basis of the company. We're developing product that have results.
Okay. Tammy had asked if this would be helpful for seasonal allergies.
Yeah, perfect. And what we do is a lot of times is, and I see another question there about omega fatty acids, and that's what. And so what we normally do is, if they want to have them on another fatty acid supplement, they can. But the seasonal allergies, so in the wintertime, we'll put them on a skin and coat formulation. That's Equi-Shield SA. And then about 30 to 60 days prior to allergy, those seasonal allergies, we'll switch them over to the SA product.
There's also one.
Okay.
Anna had asked if this has any omega fatty acids in it.
Just got that one.
Yeah, that's that one. It's got the stabilized flaxseed, but as far as the high potency fatty acids, no, they would have to either put them on the SC or something other.
Okay.
Leanne asked, can this be used temporarily, or is this something that they need to stay on all the time? She said, for instance, if my horse is disturbed by a hornet's nest, which sounds terrible.
Oh my goodness, sweet itch, I see that. Okay. One of the things is you've got to get the blood levels. And it's not something, this is a natural product. So it takes time for you to get it in its system and to modulate it. It's not like taking an ibuprofen or a medication like us where automatically it'll have a clinical effectiveness. You need to get it into the system, and you need to maintain it in that system. And if you have a horse prone to it, you need to put it on there and maintain it for until you get a kill and freeze or a frost, if it's some type of insect, especially.
Okay. Anne asked, she said she has a horse, one with COPD and one with sweet itch. And can you kind of talk us through what you would recommend for those horses?
Well, both. It can be used for both. The chronic, the COPD. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and then sweet itch is your culicoides, your noceums, your hypersensitivity, and a lot of times the sweet itch is the manes and the tails. That's where they'll itch, manes and tails, both of them. But again, guys, I'm telling, especially you got two different deals here. COPD, yes. But if it's an insect, you need to add not only the SA, but you need to use the combination of SA and maybe even the IBH. The IBH is that natural insect repellent, and then also, but you've got to do two things. If it's an insect, you've got to control the insects, and you got to decrease you got to put an antihistamine in there. But so many. The allergens too. Let me mention that too. Is a lot of times you need to avoid the allergen. okay, what is that allergen? And so if you know that allergen is caused by the culicoides, we need to do something on top of giving them the SA. We need to try to control the insect as well.
So kind of to bounce back to those omega 3s,
Yeah.
Trish had a question. So it sounds like she's already got her horses on an omega-3 supplement, and maybe this applies more broadly than even just to her. So say somebody's got their horses on a little bit different kind of supplement that contains some mixture of the ingredients that are also included in Equi-Shield SA. How should those horse owners balance that to make sure that they're not overdosing on any of these ingredients, or is it harmful, I guess?
Well, they are safe, but here again, it's that relationship with your veterinarian too. And if you've got a good relationship with the veterinarian, and you can call and you can call up there and just say, hey, listen, I've got this and I've got this. Is this okay? Normally you can. Omegas will, if you can get a certain omega and this product, we have several people that do both.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Latina says that her mare is allergic to 34 things.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
She does have her horse on SA already, and she said that it helps, along with allergy shots and Zyrtec too.
My mare is 34. That's a lot of things. And one of the, it's the adage where, how severe is it? How severe is it? I mean, it's one of those deals where, we've got to dig in there, and there's some horses where the SA helps and they've got to do additive, and then there's stuff where there's a lot of horses where, oh my gosh, I've just taken my horse and given him this and it's perfect. I don't have to give him anything else.
Yep.
Trish had made a comment. I think she might have been the one that earlier mentioned that she's either dealing with maybe Mustangs or some rescue horses, and said that the vets near her don't want to touch them. So I guess in her case, is it safe to use this on kind of a trial and error basis to figure out if she can resolve some of the issues that she's having?
Yeah. I mean, it's safe, and one of the things that we get people, and you ought to see results in about 45 days, and a lot of people are sooner. And so, you can give it to them daily, and give it a try. But like I said, it's a bioflavonoid. It's a plant extract. Okay. So it's a natural product, and it's just concentrating that anti-inflammatory, antihistaminic effects and honing it in on that quercetin.
Okay.
I saw one there that was about corticosteroids.
Yep, that's the one we were reading too. Yep. Bennett had asked, why is SA a better alternative to corticosteroids?
Well, one of the side effects of corticosteroids is, long-term corticosteroids will affect your adrenal gland and affects the horse's adrenal gland. And in some instances, you can see, founder and things like that. One of the things that corticosteroids do is they modify the immune system. So they modify what the inflammatory cells and things and other things. I mean, you can go a lot deeper, but in essence, it's modifying the immune system, whereas the SA modifies what the inflammatory cells release and the effects of the histamine. So it really doesn't play into the immune. Yes, it does antihistamine and a little bit anti-inflammatory, but it doesn't go in there and really affect the immune system like the corticosteroids. So long-term corticosteroids, I would not recommend. And it's just, it's just one of those things. It's a risk reward.
From a seasonal allergy perspective, if say a horse owner has kind of identified that they know they've got a problem that, every spring that it starts to happen, how far in advance should somebody start to try and get ahead of it? And is that valuable, or do they wait until the problem kind of starts persisting and then they start on SA?
If you know your horse has got some problems or has problems, we have several people across the US and elsewhere that about 60 days out, probably about February to March, right in that time frame, they'll actually start it on the SA powder, and then they'll get that blood levels and get that effectiveness in there, and then they'll run it out. They'll run it through the course of the the spring and the summer and then late fall if it's seasonal. And then well, around here in Kentucky, our killing frost is around November 15th. So and then there may be a little bit of time there where you can take it off.
I lost my place. This one. Do you have any products with studies done on horses with melanomas?
No, we don't have any. Not on the melanomas. There's some products out there, but no, we don't have any. I wish we did.
Beth, we are talking about Equi-Shield SA and kind of talking about all things related to horse allergies right now. So sounds like she's got a horse that's very allergic to flies. So I don't know if there's any direction you'd like to give her, Dr. Pierce, on kind of what some things she should do or try.
Now, which one was that? What was that on?
On Beth Moon.
Oh,
She jumped on.
Okay, I jumped on late. What is the product we're talking about? My mare has allergic to flies. Well, two things, Beth. Beth, you need to, number one, SA would be good to control the histamine levels in your horse. But number two, we've got to control the offender. We've got to control the fly, if that's the case. So whether you use an additional fly spray, or if the flies are so bad that they're actually causing skin lesions and things or whatever, we have, like I said, we have the IBH product that has not only citronella in it, and I'll show you this product. It's right here. It's the IBH, and it's got citronella. It's got pramoxine, which is a topical anesthetic, so it'll actually decreases the pain topically. And it's got citronella, hydrocortisone. And if there's an oozy part of it, if there's a little bit of a infectious or not infectious, but if there's a bacterial component or something where the skin it's got a little, that may be a bacterial infection. It's got chlorhexidine in it as well. So good broad spectrum product, but it kind of depends on if you're just trying to control the flies, use just a general fly spray.
Okay. Lori had asked, she said, my mare is so dry and itchy and has severe bug allergies. Will this help her skin as well?
It will, but if it's really severe and dry, you're going to have to supplement. You may be able to supplement with more of use the SA, and then I would also actually put them on a good omega-3, 6, and 9, like the Skin and Coat product, and you can supplement them with that. But specifically if it's dry and flaky.
Okay. Leanne had asked if the IBH will fade the coat at all.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Like I said, it's clear, but it has got that citronella, it's got that citronella, smell to it. It shouldn't.
Okay. We've got some other sprays and things that you could check out that'll help with coat fading for this summer, or fly sheets as well. Many of those are UV protected to help with that. Trish, this is actually, it's a feed through, but we've also got some spray as well that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like we've kind of answered all the questions that have come through. Dr. Pierce, do you have anything to add before we wrap up?
Maybe if you could just tell us your top tips for identifying allergies and kind of what people should consider before starting to feed Equi-Shield SA would be great.
Well, one of the things as being a veterinarian, I it's no different than everybody's health. Have a good relationship with your veterinarian. I know a lot of people doctor and treat their own animals. But there's a lot of good veterinarians out there that take it. But don't delay. If you start seeing the horses itching, if you start seeing hives, don't delay this, because the skin diseases in horses compound and get worse, get bad fast. So you don't delay treating it. Just don't, jump on fast and put them on an SA or some type of product, but be very vigilant on the the skin health.
Very good. We had a couple more questions came through when we had last call. Now everybody's getting those in. Bennett asked, how palatable is the SA?
Very, very palatable. We have people that the palatability of it, they'll throw it in the tub without on top of any feed, and they'll go eat it. That's how palatable it is. I don't know if I've ever had a complaint about palatability as much as this as we sell. I don't know if we've had a complaint. It's very, very palatable.
Wade had asked if there are any genetic skin diseases that flies and other bugs could make worse.
Well, there's combinations. Yeah, I mean, there's, and I don't know the specifics, but there's specific genetic skin disorders that if it would incite, if there were any type of insects or things like that, it could compound the problem.
Okay.
Let's see. Trying to oats, flax, soybean. Oh my.
Latina kind of had a testimonial about the IVH. She's got a black mare and it hasn't faded her, and she's been using it for 2 years. So
that's a good one. I like it when the customer talks. That's better than me.
Trish, I guess, asked, is there a way to help identifying what those allergies are that are causing them, or is it a trial and error approach?
Well, I mean, trial and error, and then you can do allergy testing and things like that. But, there's a whole host. And that when I talk about that history is the main deal. The main deal, where you turning them out, what are they in contact with, what time of year, and things like that.
Okay. Perfect.
Guys, one of the things too, if they ever have any questions regarding any of these, you can go to our website and submit questions, and we would be more than happy to field any at our corporate office. We get several we get several calls all the time about it.
Very good. And we do carry all the products that we talked about today. We're happy to help with links. If you have any issues, please let us know. This is a great line of products. It's definitely a favorite among our customers. So we encourage you, if you guys have horses suffering this season, it's not too late. Get them started and get those problems under control.
All right. Dr. Pierce, we want to thank you so much for joining us today and for answering all these questions for us and our viewers.
I think
thank you. Thank you guys very much. I really, really appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you.
Great. All right. We have some winners. So we're going to announce those now. We have 2 lucky winners, and they are each going to get 1 2-pound container of the Equi-Shield SA powder that we talked a lot about today. So first winner is
Bennett Adkins. Woo! Congratulations, Bennett.
All right. Winner number 2
is Leanne Gabriel. Congratulations.
Hey.
Congratulations. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll be back with another live. And until then, have a good weekend. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.